now want to ask Grégoire Vandenschrick to the floor, and he will talk about a new Bruges platform based on MapStore 2. Grégoire, it's all yours.
Thank you. So, hi everyone. Thanks to attend this little presentation about Brussels GIS, Geographical Information System, based on MapStore 2, the new solution made by geosolution.italy. Okay, just to organize stuff, I have a few slides. After 10 minutes, maybe wave at me so I can switch to the live demo of the website. So I will quickly go through the purpose and use of a BruGIS platform, its history, because it's always good to remember how everything started, where and when. I explain a little bit about the infrastructure on which it's based, our new, more or less, development philosophy about BruGIS, and then I switch to the demo. As for the purpose and use of BruGIS, the main purpose of the WebGIS is to show all the Brussels city planning decrees and legislation, all related stuff to urban regeneration legislation on a map, because it's usually published under a form of text, PDFs and stuff like that, and it's not very easy for the public to access data. A second purpose of the platform is to help to access different catalogs of protected sites, heritage, naming architectural places, archaeological sites, and natural heritage, remarkable trees and stuff like that in Brussels. Third objective is to access and show other public institutions useful data for all civil agents. And last but not least, also it's dedicated, of course, to public institutions first of all, regional and local, and then private actors also in this field, and citizens. History of BruGIS began in 2002 by a huge work of collection and correction of all the data sets that were available at that time. As I said, it was mainly papers, Excel spreadsheets, decrees published, and all these data had to be vectorized and put in forms and in database. 2007, we chose at that time a proprietary solution, an SDI portal offered by GeoMedia Intergraph. Mainly the choice was put on that because there was not a lot of open source solution at that time, not robust enough from the point of view of the administration. After that, in 10, we switched from the GeoMedia Intergraph database to an Oracle spatial one, and we opened also a WMS service. Following that, in 2011, we made our first attempt at creating a WebGIS from open source solution. We nicknamed it OpenBruGIS, just to disjoin it from the first version. And it was based at that time on GeoViewer. 2 years later, we adopted GeoServer as a map server in place of the GeoMedia solution. We opened the WFS also. We developed a second version of BruGIS, nicknamed then MyBruGIS, based on GeoExplorer. We added GeoWebCache and also GeoFence. 3 years ago, we switched from Oracle spatial databases to PostgreSQL PostGIS database. And just this year, we developed a new BruGIS version based on MapStore 2, and we switched all our databases on Linux platforms. For the future, we plan to switch the GeoServer on Linux just to gain a few speed and to costs, to switch costs also of Windows Server licenses. Okay, our infrastructure is quite straightforward. We got Bruges JavaScript front client, which is showing all our layers. These layers come from our web services done by GeoServers. We got 4 front-end server. They're exposing all their layers. The layers are published from our PostgreSQL, PostGIS DBs. All the data are inside these DBs. They are maybe sometimes really managed by ourselves, or they are imported from other databases through foreign data wrappers. We put a GeoWeb cache on that infrastructure to ease a little bit the load of traffic. And we added also a geofence solution just to secure a little bit the access on the WMS, WFS, and also to protect some GDPR data, which are not to be accessed by everyone. Oh, I had some animation, sorry. Okay, secondly, just to explain you how we do it, we got also a plugin, a QGIS plugin developed especially for us, just to have all data edited into QGIS directly to the databases we have through a proxy which is securing everything and WFS. We developed also a scheduler to sync all the data between our 3 databases environment. We got a production, which is intranet, and then we got a staging, which is an EMZ, and then a diffusion environment, which is a DMZ. We got, at the moment, a mix of Windows and Linux servers. We planned, as I told you, to have more and more Linux machines, just for the sake of switching to that platform. As I told you, we are distributing between the 3 environments. All these environments are produced and offered by the Brussels Regional Informatics Center, and everything is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's virtually hosted in that regional data center. Sometimes virtual machines are not that strong. That's not the case for us. Ah, damn. Again. Okay, the philosophy of development we adopted now is a bit more participative. Okay, thanks. I mean, we post questions, we post issues on the GitHub, bugs and features, feature requests. We made some pull requests also on Mapstore 2 for the translation in French, Dutch. We got some fix for the projection. The official projection in Belgium is Lambert 72. And we had some issue with the DPI, which were at first in Mapstore 2, and so we had also some pull requests on that. Oh, okay, good. That was not intended. Okay, so it's a Mapstore 2 project. It's based on a 2018-01 version of it. It's a React framework, of course. Mapstore 2 is embedded in our BrewGIS project as a dependency. We use the plugin architecture of Mapstore 2 mainly because they got a lot of generic plugin quite useful, but we like also to develop our own features and tools. We try our best not to modify the Mapstore 2 core, and if we need it, we go on GitHub and make pull requests so as we don't break compatibility with the GeoSolutions core project. Okay, I'm at the demo. I hope it will work. It's not working. That's not a problem. Let's just find BrewGIS on the internet. That's it. We got a vintage version if you want to have a look at it. Okay, that's it, we are. It's FA11, just to, yeah. Okay, so that's a map store tool customized for BrewGIS. We got the tutorial, which is embedded in the main solution. We have some explanation for the citizens to fully understand, at least have a quick take in hand on the solution. I will not pass all the tutorials. You'll go and see that by yourself. Okay, that's it. We got Brussels background here. We got all our data available on a dedicated catalog here. You can click whatever you want. Let's take land use, and you get the layers adding to the map. You get the legend. We did that as a plugin we developed because at the moment we decided to use MapStore, that part was not that strong, so we customized it for ourselves. Other plugins are more standard, vanilla versions. Let's say settings. We can switch languages and stuff like that. It's the default one. We got also, yeah, My Maps. We developed that fully because it was not in MapStore at first. So the user can save its own map, come back to it later, and even export it for one of its colleague or friend, and you can import a map coming from someone else. Yeah, we get Locate Me, but with the network here, we won't be in Brussels, of course. We got This is vanilla also, okay, increase, decrease, full screen, max extent of layers. We developed also a Google Street View integration, which is useful for our civil agents. They can have a look at buildings and streets just to. It was asked on a former version, and we didn't have a good solution to give. You get the Get Feature Info, which is totally customized also. I don't know if it's the best example. I could take another layer just to show you. The Get Feature Info exists, of course, in MapStore too, but you don't have an interpretation or a layout easily done on the attributes content. So we wanted to have that. If I take the remarkable trees, oops, I just will switch that one off and zoom in maybe a bit. Okay, if I'm asking some info about that tree, come on, doesn't want to, oh, it was switched on, sorry. That's it. Okay. In English, it's not done already. We get a bug. That's not a problem. I just quickly switched in French just to show you how we develop that. Okay, let's, damn. He forgot the map. Do I still have enough time to play a bit? Still have 8 minutes. Oh, perfect. So let's find that. That's just to show you how we customized the info pop-up, because it's useful. GeoServer sends all the attributes from the database as they are. Sometimes it's not that easily readable for people not knowing the data, not accessing it all days. So we tried to do something a bit more fancy with clickable links, thumbnails, and stuff like that. Okay, I'll go back in English because if not, you won't be able to follow me as easily. Okay, skip it. Damn. Trembling hands, you know, here. Okay. What else do we have? We put also that very nice little bottom bar, which is quite new in MapStore 2, giving all the interesting stuff like scales. I see. Yeah, that's it. We like in Bruges to have a proper scale for the people who are working with us, because if you look at what scale you are in Google or stuff like that, you get stupid numbers and figures which do not make sense. So we like to have these kinds of numbers because it's much more readable for an architect, for someone which is working on that field for several years. We got also the ability to change the projection which is given here, which is useful also for a lot of people in city planning and renovation and stuff like that. I think, yeah. So these are coming from our databases and GeoServer. These others are coming from other institutions. So that's integrated directly from WMS, from Brussels environment. Yeah, that's it. It's working. Perfect. So that's very interesting. MapStore 2 can help a lot of data coming from. It's not cascaded from WMS into our GeoServer. It's directly taken from them. We got also a few map backgrounds over here. Do I forget something very important to show you about that? Yeah, we got a print. We got access to our catalogs, because in this in this tree we don't show every layers we are publishing, because it's too big. It's too huge to show there. So if someone is searching something, he can access it through the catalog. And we plan also in the future to have a GeoNetwork. Okay, thanks. To put a GeoNetwork with some metadata, so the search can be more easy into our catalogs. My maps, I explained that to you, settings too. We got also a kind of data mining tool, which is making a full report without having to put all the layers on the map and looking at a place you are interested in. You just draw or pick a parcel, and based on that parcel, there will be a data mining, data drilling done spatially through all the data sets, and you got a PDF, a docx, just explaining you all the situation related to that place. We call that Urbanalysis. We got also, but that's vanilla too. That's the default plugins, measuring distance and surfaces, usual stuff, okay? I think I got everything explained a bit quickly maybe. Just to let you know, this job is done by an internal team of 4 people. Wave at me, guys. Okay, and we are helped by one consultancy team. Wave at me, guys. Julien too. Okay, that's it. So you know who to ask questions if you are too shy to do it now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have time for questions. Any questions about the presentation?
Yep.
I work for a local authority.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations for your work.
Yep, thank you.
You told there are several features that you developed. Are they available on GitHub or something?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, absolutely. If you search BrewGIS on GitHub, you will find that. Yeah, we are on GitHub, and even we could, if it's interesting, we could give some of our plugins. Let's say, I don't know, Google Street View for MapStore 2. We are ready to share all we did. No problem.
Okay, thank you. Other questions? Yeah, Astrid?
I have a few questions, and maybe you can repeat the questions, not because they are mine, but to have them on
Okay.
So first question was, you mentioned that you went from Oracle to PostgreSQL.
Yep.
I wanted to ask whether it was a big challenge or whether it was
Um,
difficult.
it was quite a challenge
So,
because
so sorry. The question
oh,
was,
yeah, sorry.
you switched from Oracle to PostGIS,
Yeah.
and the question was that challenging?
It was quite a challenge, yeah, because we asked that to another consultancy, not the two guys that are there, and they switched from one solution, FME, to another one using GDAL only, and then a third solution, and so it took some time to do it, but in the end, it went quite smoothly, no problem.
And do you love PostgreSQL more than Oracle, or do you have a preference?
And I repeat the question, do
Yeah.
you have a preference for Oracle or for PostGIS?
Oh, absolutely, Oracle. No. PostgreSQL, PostGIS, of course. No. It's easier, it's quicker, yeah. And yeah, as it was told, I think in Como, first 4G, there are 10 guys in Oracle debugging the database. There are thousands of guys debugging PostgreSQL, PostGIS. So thanks to them.
I have another question because
That's a third one, you know?
yeah,
Okay.
I have two, but the first one is in your favor, whether PostgreSQL or Oracle, I skip.
No.
I work on MapBender, and it reminds me a lot of MapBender, what I saw with your MapStore 2 application. And maybe it's interesting to see how it works in the backend, how you configure your application. I heard about MapStore 2 before, so I know these backend, and I don't know whether all the audience is aware of how you set up such a MapStore 2 application.
Okay.
I'll try to repeat it. Astrid works for Mapbender, and the question is, it could be of interest if you could explain a bit about how your backend is configured and how things are organized. And I would add something, if I may. Maybe because there are also other projects, it could be a good idea so that all the projects that are doing the same sort of things, that they all come together and try to learn from each other and make one big project. But that's offside.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking about that on the GeoNode presentation this morning because they had that nice template stuff going, and I won't be able to answer the question because I begin to develop stuff and help, but it's mainly Nico who you have to yeah, he will be able more than I to answer your question about how it was truly made in the end.
But as far as I know, you have a web application
Yeah.
where you can easily switch plugins on and off and add CSS, and you don't have to grab in the code for the normal plugins if you want to use them. They set it like that.
There is some plugins, but mostly in the code. There is no nice and
Oh, yeah.
not recommended.
There is no what you see is what you get app to build. Yeah, BlueGIS is truly developed JavaScript code and stuff like that.
Maybe I'm wrong. There may be some people from
Because I saw a presentation in Como about MapStore 2, and
yes,
it's like
they have a web page that when you can switch on and switch off each plugin.
so I saw
The building blocks are here.
Okay. As we run out of time, I suggest to continue this discussion during coffee break. So we should start and invite the last speaker to the. Thank you,
Thanks.
Grégoire, for your presentation and your demo. And I would like to invite the last speaker of this session, Christian Takas, from Hungary, who will talk about GeoShop Hungary, the Hungarian geoportal. Christian, the floor is yours if you find your presentation.